We're shedding our masks and breaking down walls. Hell, we may even drop our drawers. That's right. We're going Commando with Angela and Dana. Hi, my name is Dana Sardano, and this is Angela DiMarco and Shameless Curry, and we are going Commando.
Woo!
Going Commando. Okay, this is going to be good. Okay. Going Commando is a little show that we put together because we understand the importance of authenticity. We understand the importance of being who you are, stepping into your greatness, embracing that, and just bringing it to the world. And we are doing that, and we're hoping by doing so, we give you permission to do the same. We are all so very excited. Long time. We've already been recording like 10 minutes, just talking. And now we're going to try to do this legit. So thank you guys. Thank you, Seamus. Miss Angela.
Yes, thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. The family's home. I feel
the family's
there, man. Finally. So good. I've waited forever for this episode.
All right, don't blow your wad, Seamus. Just hold, gotta ease into this, okay? Ease in.
Okay. All right. Study, say.
All right, fair enough. We'll do that. All right. All right, everybody, let me tell you why we're here. So we just finished our season 6 on balance, on the chakras. It was awesome. Go back and watch it. You'll become an amazing human being. You'll be happy, content, fulfilled by doing the work that we go through in that season. Before we start our next season 7 on worthiness, we decided to have a little fun with our Going Commando peeps. So this is season 6.5, and it's hanging out with our peeps. And last week we had the beautiful and wonderful and amazing Chris Malazewski on. And this week we have our brother from across the pond, our most amazing friend. This guy right here is like, people, if you have not connected with Seamus Corry yet, or as autocorrect will call him, Shameless Curry.
Shameless Curry.
Thank you, AI. Seriously, this man is so important to both Dana and I. He is truly our family, and he is the kindest person you will ever meet. He is an example of what real gratitude looks like on the daily. Daily, and just walking Christ consciousness, just full of love, full of Ubuntu. He is Ubuntu. And so Seamus, thank you for joining us, because we love you and we're so excited to have some fun with you. And let's just, go Commando.
Listen, guys, thanks for having me on. It's I've waited my whole life for this episode, right? Because I stand on the shoulder of giants, and you guys have been putting out there week in, week out. And I've watched your journey, I've watched you grow, I've watched you develop. And you're Jedi masters in terms of what you do. So it's nice to be the apprentice here today with you to share your journey, man. It really is. So cute. Honestly, really
oh my God, we love you so much.
I know.
I got to tell you, I wanted to have a little fun. I wanted to open with a little fun, but I have to ask you before we get into that, because I remember telling Angela a couple weeks ago of how we all connected, and I just want to make sure my story is correct.
Yeah.
I think I saw you. You posted, you did a book review for somebody. We didn't know each other. We weren't connected. No. You were just in my kind of sphere. Like I just said, this is on LinkedIn, by the way. And I saw you, and of course, the ballsy nature of me, I'm like, oh, I know a great book, 10 Recommendments for Personal Empowerment. You need to read it. And I suggested it to you. And without even asking who I was or where it came from or who wrote the book, because I always try to do that and act like it's like I didn't write it. I'm like, hey, let me suggest a personal empowerment book. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, Dana Sardano is posting that and the book, whatever. And then you read it and you went off. That is how we met, correct?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Absolutely 100%. And then on the back of that, I formally introduced myself and wanted to become an instructor, wanted to become part of the family, wanted to find uniquelyu.com, and we've been together ever since.
Yeah, because I remember when we met, like we were like, yeah, let's connect and let's do like a little coffee chat sort of thing. And when we met, I was like, oh my God, this guy read my book. And he read them. And he's like, and then even with you, Angela, as well, because he read yours as well. And
yeah. I have one sale last year. Thank you, Seamus. Best sale ever.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I can't wait for volume 2. It's in my library already.
Oh my God. So this leads into what I wanted to talk about, because Angela and I, listen, we're in different parts of the country. I fart, she smells it. We know everything that's going on with one another, and we know your story and we know you pretty well. But I thought it would be fun if we played Two Truths and a Lie to really see, to see how well we know each other. And I thought it would be great just for a little silliness and conversation. So who wants to go first? Not it.
I'll go first. I'll go first. And Dana, because you know me so well, you're not allowed to chime in.
Okay.
Unless you really don't know.
Okay.
So I'm going to say the 3 things. One of these things is a lie, and the other 2 are true. Okay. 1, I shared wine with Eddie Vedder. 2, I got engaged the first time on the top of the Empire State Building in New York. And 3, I love Indian food. Shared wine with Eddie Vedder.
Yep.
Got engaged on top of the Empire State Building for the first one.
Yeah.
And I love Indian food.
Whoa.
Do you know, Dane?
I think I do.
Okay.
But I'm going to let Seamus go.
Okay. So I know you're a super fan when it comes to Eddie Vedder, right? You're an absolute super fan, right? Absolute super fan.
Mm-hmm. You're a super fan.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if you did get engaged on the top of the Empire State Building.
Okay.
And when it comes to food, I think your food choices are wide and varied, actually.
I'm enigmatic.
Yeah, I think you wouldn't have a difficulty at all.
Why was that so funny to me? Why would your food choices are wide and varied?
It just just knowing you as I do, you could do Thai, you could do Italian, you could do Irish, you could do Greek, you could do.
That's what she said.
Indian, so
nice and spicy.
Okay, I'm going to call it, right.
Okay.
I'm going to call it.
It's for all the marbles. Seamus.
Okay, for all the marbles in the bag, I'm going to say you love Indian food.
Yeah.
You did get engaged on top of the Empire State Building. And I would say, I'm going to say the Eddie Vedder one is a lie, because you just wouldn't have one glass of wine with him, right? You'd have the whole bottle.
All I said was I shared wine with Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
I gave no specifics.
No, that's true. That's true. You shared wine with Eddie Vedder. So I'm saying Eddie Vedder is the drinker.
Okay. Dana?
I think, based on the fact that you said I shared wine, you're playing with words. That's just my thought. And I think in some way you might have shared wine with him. I just don't understand how.
Okay.
And I don't remember. I know you went. I know. Oh, I know you don't like heights.
This is fun.
Right. I know you did your honeymoon in Paris. It sounds like something he would do, like your first husband. It sounds like something he would do, but I'm going to say that you hate Indian food.
Wow, you're both wrong.
Whoa!
Yes! I win!
Can you feel it?
Give it to me. Yes.
So which one is it?
Which one is it?
When I saw Pearl Jam in Toronto, I was front row, and Eddie has a song that he hands his wine bottle to somebody in the crowd in the front row and then asks them to pass it around. He handed it to me. because I had "Holy crap" written on my arms.
So I was right.
I shared mine with Eddie Vedder.
All right.
I do love Indian food, especially like a good vindaloo dish. And my first husband, he wanted to engage to me at Peter Luger's Steakhouse under the Brooklyn Bridge, but it was like not a romantic scene. And then he wanted to do all these things that were romantic. And I was like, nah, let's just go to a bar. And like, so he asked me in like this jazz bar and I was like, yay. And then there was one person there and like a guy singing and we were like, play something romantic. And he played Purple Rain. I should have known. So, you were both wrong. Thank you.
My God, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh my God.
Okay. Seamus, you go.
All right. Okay. My turn. Okay.
Oh man, this is fun.
My one lie and two truths are as follows. I love cappuccino.
Go on.
I love cappuccino. I love it. I love coffee. What can I say? I love coffee. I once spent 14 hours in police custody. And once upon a time, a long time ago, in a land far away from where we are now, I was once a Roman Catholic priest.
Ah, jeez.
I think I know this.
I think I know this too. I think he spent too much time talking about how much he loves coffee.
Yeah. I think you quit. I mean, it's tea. We're tea drinkers.
I did my tea. I believe the police custody thing because of your sordid past, and we all know the priest one. So come on, Jake.
Yeah.
Okay. You're right.
That's a good story.
You're right.
That's a good story.
The coffee one. I did love coffee. I love cappuccino. I love I drank 7-8 cups of coffee a day, and then I got COVID last year, and I lost my sense of smell and taste for 3 weeks. And then when I came back, I went to make a cup of coffee one morning. I absolutely got sick in my one morning.
Wow!
It tasted disgusting. It just tasted disgusting.
COVID. Damn you!
COVID!
You did dirty apes! You did it!
I've been a tea drinker ever since. Damn you, COVID!
Okay, Ms. Dana.
Oh my God! So again, total nerd. No glue stick on this one, but I did write mine down. Okay. I eloped with my first husband in Amsterdam. But we got married after I ate a shit ton of mushrooms.
Oh,
Number two, I once rode a motorcycle through a synagogue with the permission of a rabbi. And number three, remember, 2 of these are true. Okay. And number three, I once found a baby snake wrapped in a Band-Aid under my dining room table after my family finished an entire meal. So.
Okay, I know this one. So Seamus.
Eloped in Amsterdam after eating a shit ton of mushrooms. Rode a motorcycle through a synagogue with the permission of a rabbi. Found a baby snake under my table wrapped in a Band-Aid after eating an entire meal.
I love the motorbike in the synagogue. I love that. I'm going to take you, baby. Yeah.
Bad to the bone.
Bad to the bone. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God, this is so funny.
I know.
Right. I'm going to say the motorcycle story is real. Because I love it that much. How could it not?
Yeah, that happened. I can't even believe that happened.
I love that. And while you're at it, you should have done a mosque, and you should have done a Roman Catholic church, and you should have done an Anglican church.
Oh my God. Just to give you the backstory, because it's not as sordid, but I worked in an Orthodox Jewish high school, and they were having color war. And as a part of color war, the breakout, they would do the breakout. It's like a big thing. They were going to tell the kids that they all raised money for some medical motorcycle in Israel. So this medical motorcycle thing. So in the synagogue, when they pray, because I rode a motorcycle at the time, the rabbi asked me if I would drive the motorcycle in. And instead of it being the medical motorcycle that they said that they raised money for, I was going to be like, hey, it's color war. And so that happened. So they wanted me to wear a skirt. It was like a whole thing. I'm like, listen, I'll go, I went snorkeling with the skirt on, to be kind to the religion, but I'm not riding my motorcycle in a skirt. That's not happening. So that happened.
Well, that one's brilliant. That one is absolutely brilliant. I love it. Okay, so the second one, I've got two to choose from. Is it Amsterdam, or is it a snake? Is it Amsterdam, or is it a snake under the dining room table wrapped in the Band-Aid? Okay. Intuitively, I'm going to go, because I got it so wrong on the Empire State Building. I'm going to go for the snake wrapped in a Band-Aid under the table.
Is it truth or the lie?
Room. It's a truth.
So the lie is the mushrooms in Amsterdam.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
You're right.
I win.
And just to be clear, just for clarity on the Amsterdam thing, I actually eloped in Key West. We went on our honeymoon to Amsterdam. And then we ate mushrooms.
Let's go again.
Oh, that was great.
That was so fun.
I would like to hear, though, why you were in custody for 14 hours.
Yeah. Here we go. It was a Friday night. It was 7:25 p.m. of an evening. I was married the first time round, and on a Friday we would get a curry night. We would have a curry night. We would get a takeaway, right? So I went out to get the takeaway. It had been raining, but it had stopped raining by the time I got back. So we were in a kind of block of apartments. So you had a key fob to get in. So it was a secure key fob. So I did the fob, and proceeded to go up the stairs. Now, as I was going up the stairs, there was two guys at the top of the stairs. So it was my neighbour from the flat below, and my neighbour from the flat on the same landing as where we were. And they were shuffling, and I heard a lot of movement, right? So basically I thought these two guys, both, grafters, both workers. It had been raining outside, so normally they played football, right? They kicked ball around the top landing, right? So, to mimic, and they would have had a few drinks, and they maybe would have had a few spliffs, and it was always kind of an annoying thing, because my two kids were sleeping in our flat, and they were kicking ball, and I thought, I'm going to have to speak to them, and blah, blah, blah. So as I was going up the stairs, one of the neighbours ran past me, going down the stairs like that, just like that, down beside of me. And I thought, that's strange. Why would he leave so quickly? So as I got to the top of the stairs and turned around, I saw my neighbour from the same landing as me shuffling towards me, backwards. Like he was shuffling backwards towards me. And as he turned around, he had a bread knife stuck in his chest.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Oh,
I wasn't expecting that.
No,
a full 9-inch bread knife, stainless steel bread knife with a handle, just sticking out of his chest. It had gone all the way through where his heart vessel was.
You did that thing where you got us comfortable with the story. We're like, okay,
they're
smoking, they're drinking, the kids are sleeping. But he had a knife on his chest. We're listening.
And Joe, who was 33, young guy with a lovely family, 2 lovely kids, died in front of her own front door, bled out, stabbed to death within 90 seconds. What had actually happened was the knife had split the heart right down the middle. So the left ventricle had separated from the right ventricle, as I discovered later on, which meant you could have had the top heart surgeon in the world standing over him, top team standing over, and they wouldn't have been able to.
So you weren't arrested; you were held in custody because you were part of the crime scene.
Exactly. Yeah, I was.
Okay, I was expecting you to be fighting with one of the guys. Like I
was first on scene, but I had so much. I was covered in so much blood that they actually thought I was a suspect. So I was cautioned, brought to police custody, and questioned for 14 hours.
Wow.
How does something like that affect your psyche? How old were you when this happened?
I was probably in my
30s?
30s, yeah. Probably in my 30s, yeah.
Wow, that's an experience.
For the next 2 years, I suffered from very profound PTSD.
I can imagine.
And went through a really bad, very dark period in my life until eventually, through my work and through my healthcare provider, managed to get some PTSD therapy, which involved EMDR type approaches, which effectively saved my life, because if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today.
Wow, I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's some truth. Let me ask you, did that, clearly, your background with the clergy, just the nature of who you are, clearly your desire to assist others is a part of you. But was that a turning point? Did that help drive the direction of you assisting others?
It did and it didn't. I think with any trauma, and we've all experienced trauma in our own lives, right? What trauma does is it magnetizes the trauma that you've experienced. Of all the little traumas that you've had up to that period, they all collaborate to produce this huge basket of trauma. That the tipping point for me, in essence, was that night, on Friday. At that time, my life changed. It changed, but up to that point, Dana and Angela, I hadn't dealt with any of my trauma at all.
So it forced you. That was the twat punch.
It all came together. Overwhelming for the first year, to the point that I thought the only way to cure the pain was to take my own life, and and pretty much, finish the job that had been started quite a long time ago. But in essence, by reaching out, by asking for help and support, by getting the treatment at that time so professionally and so quickly, the treatment and therapy worked for me. Really worked for me.
Seamus, let me ask you. I know that the first marriage dissolved. How soon after that experience was it? Like during the pain of it before you really got help in those 2 years, or was it like once you were like revived, you kind of looked around and made some changes?
Both my first wife and I were affected by that in our own ways, and I think when you experience something like that, when you stand on the top of the Grand Canyon, there's you and your partner, right? And you share that memory, and you have that memory forever. And whatever happens, you have that memory.
Mm-hmm.
The memory we had was that night. And all other memories up to that point, just drifted away. It drifted away into
I get that
nothingness. So every time we looked at one another, we were triggered.
That's all you saw.
That's all we saw. Every single time. Every single time. And we didn't really talk about it. We didn't really speak about it. We tried to work with it in our own way until eventually, I think that was the catalyst that initially separated us, but finally through that process, we went our separate ways. We recognized that, and it wasn't only that. There was an awful lot of issues, but certainly that was a major catalyst for going our separate ways. And again, when we eventually broke up and divorced, the divorce wasn't the easiest divorce I went through. And there was a lot of issues around contact with my children. I've got 3 beautiful children, and if they're listening to this afternoon, I love them. I've always loved them. I love them forever. And if they're listening to this and they reach out, I'm here for you every step of the way. But
we love you too, kids. Yeah. We're your aunties from the States.
Yeah. Wait till you meet them there. And I suppose I've lost contact with my children, and that's remained the case as a result of the divorce. And again, it was a series. It was a series of misfortunes events which turned into the beginnings of a really dedicated life for me and mission for me, because it was in and through those experiences and in and through those events, I became better, not bitter, as somebody put it to me the other day. And as a result of my profound experience, and my life, not only in that moment and subsequent moments, but in my back history and from my earliest time, and from the time I was in the womb to the time I was born, to the time if you were looking at a people pleaser, and if you were wanting an example of a people pleaser, I reckon the first 24 years of my life, I pretty much people pleased, right? I did what other people told me to do, right?
Yeah. So for everybody who's watching, we used to do a program called For Those Who Rise and Shine. And Seamus tells his whole story of those first 24 years, pretty much leading up to the marriage, right? The first marriage.
Yeah.
And it's a phenomenal story. I'll put a link in the show notes, and it's on our YouTube page. If you look in For Those Who Rise and Shine, look at Seamus's story. It's under 10 minutes. It is well worth the watch. It is well worth the watch, because your story is fascinating, and I can't wait for your book.
Yeah, it's coming, baby. It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming.
We talk all the time. Oh my God! In every season and every episode that we do, Angela, we talk about how our beliefs create our reality, and our beliefs create our patterns, which create our actions, which create everything. And when you are told from a young age that you are something, or you are to do something, you will be loved if you do something, and that is your existence, then, it takes a long time to break that pattern. Yeah. But the beautiful thing about you, Seamus, and I'll tell you, I speak to Angela and myself as well, is you just said better, not bitter. There is this understanding that you have in your soul that we are alchemists. We are all alchemists. We're here to transmute the unpleasant energy, that whatever the experience is, whatever the belief is, and turn it into something beautiful. And then when we are solidified in that space, then we could bring it to others and assist 100%. Them in their transmutation. And that's what it all comes down to. Yeah. And you are doing it. And Angela and I are watching you thrive. We see you.
Oh my God.
We see you.
I see you. I see you.
I see you seeing me, seeing you.
Yeah. I see you, seeing me, seeing you, seeing each other, seeing everybody. Yeah.
But isn't it beautiful though? Isn't it beautiful? Because you were doing your thing before we even came into your sphere of influence, and we were doing our thing before you came into ours.
Yeah.
And just two separate forces, and I'm referring to Angela and myself as one force, but just two separate forces now seeing each other, assisting just by example, and then thriving even further.
Yeah.
It's really a testament to the human spirit and to our desire as humans to help one another. And if everybody understood that, first it starts here, and then we inspire one another, what we could do. We're watching you, we see you, and we know just by existing, we inspire you, and vice versa. And
likewise.
it's fucking awesome.
It is fucking awesome. It is. It is.
And sounds so much more charming in his accent, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm
fucking awesome.
It's fucking awesome, right? Yeah, and it's fucking great that I can fucking swear on a fucking podcast. It's great. Yeah.
Why does everybody say that? Yeah. I can curse.
I know. I had the guests. Everybody's like, oh, I can shit, fuck, turn, shit.
Stop it. But the beauty for me, and the reason why I think our connection collectively is so strong, albeit Angela, you're in in the state, in New York, you're in Florida, Dana, I'm in Manchester. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where we are, right? Yeah. To the power and medium of technology, right? That we all share. Look at what we're doing today. Look at what we're doing today. We're bringing it to those who need it, and those, I firmly believe, that need to hear the message will hear the message. Those are open to the message will be open to the message. Those who need to hear it will hear it, and in hearing 100%. It changes people, right? It changes people.
Seamus, I would like you to share with our viewers what exactly you do, how they can find you, and how you can assist them in their evolution.
Okay, lovely. Look, I'm an ordinary bloke with an extraordinary story, and I'll say that the story that I have, the experience that I have, the history I have is pretty unique, right? First of all, yes, I will be writing a book, and I'll be delighted to offer that to Phenom Publishing. An amazing publishing house who are doing some amazing things in the world of publishing right now and creating some beautiful, amazing pieces of work that we may speak about a little bit later on. So I'm not gonna bore you with the details of my entire story, but my story is encapsulated in terms of the work that I do. A little bit of my story you can see on my website, shamelesscurry.co.uk. You can also hear a little bit more about what I do from the people who I work with in terms of my YouTube channel at Shameless Curry, PYP. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything in between, I am now a fully fledged member of the podcast family by having my own unique Spotify channel. Spotify, ladies and gentlemen. Spotify.
Oh, kiss the ring.
Yeah. And I have got 11 of your beautiful subscribers on Spotify following me, which is amazing. Given that I started from a standing start only 7 weeks ago, can you believe?
I know, you're crushing it.
7 weeks, which is incredible. So, my work and role, I see myself as a facilitator, as a guide, as a mentor, to help and support people who, like me, find themselves at a crossroads in their life, find themselves in difficulty, find themselves in darkness. And like you, Angela, and like you, Dana, and like myself, Seamus, we bring light to people's lives just by our very presence, just by the very work we do day in, day out, just by the very messages that we give people through our work and through our practice, but also through our belief system that we've acquired, right? And we have acquired that belief system through the fire and hell of our own experience, right?
Yeah.
I think we should all have T-shirts, right? We've come through hell and we've survived. Well, hey, go.
I went through hell and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
It's pretty stinking. It smells of smoke, man.
Seamus, I want to interrupt you for 1 second because I think this is really important. One of the many things that I admire about you, is that you have gratitude for for everything.
Yeah.
You have gratitude for everything. I have never heard you say only, should, if I could have. You those words are like not in your vocabulary. No. It is a celebration of every small thing. It's sunny out. Oh, I'm so grateful for the sun. I have 11 subscribers. That's amazing.
Yeah,
I wish that my hope for humanity is that they all embrace the love of every present, every moment, just like you do.
Thank you.
That is so powerful because that attracts, like, that's what manifestation is, right? You have that, you live in that vibration that everything is amazing, everything is abundant, I have everything I could ever want. And then things come to you because you attract that. And it's so beautiful. You remind me on the daily how to be grateful for the little things, for everything. So I just want to thank you for all of humanity.
Yeah.
Do you know,
for all of humanity.
Yeah. On behalf of me, myself, and all of humanity, I thank you.
They don't know it yet, but I'm thanking you.
Seamus, I'm going to cut you off now because I just want to add a little piece to that, because Angela is saying how much gratitude you have and how you get excited about everything, but you have never shirked the responsibility of addressing what is out of alignment.
No.
And that is why you're able to have such gratitude.
Yep.
And I think it's important because there's this whole toxic positivity thing that I just want to put to rest. You know, you have your shit, you transmute your shit, and you're living in the celebration of that. And everything, like Angela said, I've never seen anything like it. It's almost childlike.
Yeah.
Which is what we should all achieve to be. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. So I'm sorry.
No,
it's definitely not toxic positivity. Is pure and genuine, and that's why it is so beautiful.
Yeah, and I want to be authentic with people. And I'll tell you, the reason why I'm so grateful is that there was 3 points in my life when I thought I wouldn't see the next day. And and part of me didn't want to see the next day, and part of me didn't want to live, and part of me didn't want to grow because the pain was so deep and so powerful and so painful. But with the right help, with the right support, with the right people by my side, walking with me every step of the way, and I wake up every morning grateful. The first breath out of my mouth is a grateful breath because, and from then on, if I wake up every morning, hey, I'm grateful for breathing. Hey, I woke up this morning, right? It's sunny. I'm grateful for that. Actually, it becomes it's a practice now for me. It's an unconscious practice, but again, done in a very honest, authentic, transmuted way. Because, look, we all have shit, right? And we have shit every single day. No, we have the choice to make what we do with that shit. We literally have a choice to make what we want to do with that shit. We can live in the shit or we can transmute it, right? We can do the work. We can shift it if we want to. If we want to live with it, we'll live with it. But what you live with it, you're going to attract into your life, right? You're going to simply attract it.
Brilliant.
Exactly.
You're going to attract it, right? I moved my shit on, right? I turned my shit around. I became, I rather than my shit controlling me, actually, I manage my shit now very, very well most of the time. Albeit, my wife will tell you, there's still parts of me that are quite shit.
Hey, we all have it, right? We can't be otherwise we would be dead.
I'm not perfect.
We would be dead. That's life.
And I don't claim to be perfect, but what I am claiming to be is a representation of someone that when you can deal effectively with your shit, when you actually do the work, right? And it's about doing the work, and you do the work on a daily basis. It's not do it today and finish it tomorrow. It's actually a daily practice. It's actually a daily practice because you have to. You have to, but actually, my purpose and mission is to be the best version of myself every single day, both for myself, my family, my wife, my children, my grandchildren, my dog, my community, the people that I work with, right? If I'm not the best version of myself every single day, then people will see that, right? Yeah. And they won't want to be around me, right? They won't want to be near me. They won't want to listen to me because they don't want to be part of that shit. So I need to deal with my shit. The shit in my life is my responsibility. It's not anybody else's responsibility. And I work on that and I deal with that on a daily basis. And that's why, my sisters, I'm so grateful. And I'm so grateful for you both in my life, right? Because even being thousands of miles away from each other, actually I feel your presence every single day. I feel your power every single day. And that That's undescribable. That's just the cherry on top of the Bakewell tart. That's just the cherry on top of the cake, right?
Did you say the cherry on top of a tart? Did you say a tart the first time?
The Bakewell tart. Ever heard of a Bakewell tart? It's like a little cake with some icing on it. It's got a wee little cherry
whatever
on top.
it was. The cherry on top of a tart.
Yeah, that's a different story there.
Okay.
I told you I got some shit going on. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Seamus. I can't thank you enough for joining us. You're so special. I mean, there aren't enough words. Angela paid you such a beautiful tribute, and I concur with every word that she said.
I'm blown away. I'm just blown away because, guys, you both are amazing in terms of what you do. And I know this is going to turn into a bit of a love fest, but I love the work that you do. I take my hat off to you in terms of what you're achieving for you both on a daily basis, both individually and collectively, in terms of your Go and Commando podcast, in terms of Phenom Publishing, and findinguniquelyu.com, and on all the other streams, and Ethereal TV. Hey! Where you guys, if you've not already subscribe today, because you will find this amazing lady, Dana Sardano, on Ethereal TV. Giving it wild stuff in terms of decoding the woo-woo, right? And the 10 Commandments. 2 great books that you should read. And then when you finish with them, if you get time, move over to Angela DiMarco and find #52, the history, life, and the rhymes of an entrepreneur, a founder.
Wait, and then on your way back, don't forget A Woman's Journey.
And don't forget A Woman's Journey, right? Yeah. And if you get lost along the way, you've got your soul cards, right? You've got your soul cards.
Yeah. Oh, wait. That just happened to be right here. I'm just saying.
Dana, pull one.
I'm going to pull a card.
But pull one, any one.
That's what
I
she
love
said.
them all.
I'm going to pull this one that was sitting right on top.
Great.
This is...
Give it to me. I'm going to close my eyes now.
Angel baby. Yeah, let's close with this card. This is awesome. Oh, this is a good message too. Okay. Your purpose. Many believe that... Oh my God, this is totally Seamus. This is so everything good. Seamus just said. Again. Your purpose. Many believe the purpose must be grand, great, assisting humanity on a grand scale, like a movie. Understand that your purpose is to follow your happiness, to create a foundation, a microcosm for yourself built upon the truth of who you are. And the truth of who you are is discoverable by dedicating to yourself. As you allow yourself, as you give yourself permission to engage in your joy, your happiness, then you have achieved your purpose. From there, your effects will naturally expand outward without effort, without force. That is the flow, the fun. You are, in fact, in alignment with your true being. And when this becomes your everyday state of existence, you have become. That is your purpose.
Oh my.
That's a good one.
I got chills, man. I got the chills.
Oh, Soul Traveler cards available at AbuntuFishGallery.com. Buy now.
So again, this is a beautiful, beautiful way to close. Thank you, Seamus. Angela, I presume every link leading to him will either pop up on the screen or come up in the show notes.
Yeah, we'll get you guys there. Listen, go to your website, ShamelessCurry.com. Yes. And
.co.uk.
Yeah. It's going to be up there. It'll be correct. Don't listen if you're listening. Seamus is doing some incredible work with some organizations in the UK, bringing his message, helping organizations really truly thrive. And just the work that you do is incredible. And he's also available for, for like one-on-ones or any kind of like counseling, any kind of like anything you want to speak with. He is just the most amazing cheerleader you could ever have. Yeah. So definitely connect with Seamus on LinkedIn. I'm going to put his handle up so you guys can do that as well. It'll be on the show notes. And we became friends because of commenting and stuff on and it just took it to the next level. So when you find somebody that you resonate with on social media, like the best one for me right now, for us, has been LinkedIn. Like we've really found our people there from a professional standpoint. But if you find someone that even remotely like tickles your fancy, then and that's what she said. It's definitely worth. You don't know where it can lead. And for us, it has given us a brother from across the pond.
100%.
And I just can't imagine my circle without you. I mean, Seamus, you're part of my future wedding plans. So
I get that. Yeah, I need to work some shit out with the top man,
And now he's got your back.
Got that.
Yeah. So just definitely take the moment to connect and be like Seamus. Find gratitude in everything. Really, truly, just like from your heart. Live from your heart, and life is beautiful when you can do that. So.
It is.
And I have one more question for you, Seamus, before we go. One more question. Who should stay fresh? Stay fresh.
Cheesebags, all you cheesebags out there, right? Because if you don't stay fresh, it's going to be stinky. And then this heat is going to get real stinky. That's what I found out from my sister, Angela DiMarco.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you got to keep it fresh, Cheesebags. You got to. Yeah, I'm going to put this in an advertisement. I'm going to get it on a t-shirt.
Get it on a shirt.
I'm going to get it on a shirt. You got to stay fresh, man. You got to keep moving with it, because if you stay still, you're going to get stale, and then you're going to get stinky, and then you're going to be sweaty, and then eventually what's going to happen is you're going to have to go in the waste bucket. And then you don't want to go in the waste bucket because it's very stinky.
Okay, stay fresh, Cheesebags.
Stay fresh, Cheesebags.
Bye, everybody.